A natural disaster can not only cause significant damage to your environment, but your ability to economically bounce back as well. Although we can't prevent natural disasters, we can put ourselves in the best position possible to prepare for them. Care to find out how? Stick around with us and learn how to be prepared. By the end of this special, we want you to be ready for it and living fearlessly Fairfax. My name is Alwyn Sheriff, and I'm helping the City of Fairfax provide you with the information you need to prepare for any natural disaster that comes your way. Let the record show that nobody can stop a natural disaster. The City of Fairfax can experience everything from floods to tornadoes, to earthquakes, to winter storms, and plenty more. It's important to know your risks and have a plan in place in order to deal with the effects and consequences of severe weather. The question is, how prepared do you really think you are? And if you ever experienced severe weather, how did you respond and what did you learn? You can find out how ready you truly are by taking the following into consideration. Are you aware of your local hazards and your risk exposure? Have you subscribed to local alerts? Have you created and tested a family emergency plan? Are you properly insured? Have you backed up your own data? Are you saving money for emergencies so that you can purchase your own emergency supplies, pay insurance deductibles, and miss a paycheck? And do you periodically practice how you and your family will respond in times of disaster? It's a lot of questions, but we have to make sure that you're prepared. Virginia is no stranger to these disasters. On average, Virginia experiences 19 tornadoes per year, and this is usually accompanied by lightning and hail. Thunderstorms associated with tornadoes could also bring heavy rainfall and high winds. The destruction can cause damage to buildings, disrupt communication, and everyday transportation. If you're ever caught outside in your car during a tornado, never open the windows. Although there are no real safe options, it would be best to drive out of the tornado's path at right angles. If you find a high-rise building, go to a small interior room or hallway on the lowest floor possible. Here are some signs you can follow for a tornado. You'll notice a dark greenish sky. It could also throw hail from above. You'll also notice a large rotating cloud with loud roaring noises. And if you see approaching storms, be prepared to take shelter immediately. Now, what should you do if you experience lightning in your area? Well, firstly, if you're outdoors, avoid open fields, as well as hilltops. Stay away from tall objects such as isolated trees. You want to do your best to stay low around lower objects. Stay away from water and other wet items such as ropes, metal objects, fences, and poles. Now, water and metal don't attract lightning, but they're excellent conductors of electricity. And if you're indoors, stay off corded phones. Don't touch electrical equipment such as computers and televisions. Also, avoid plumbing. Now, as terrible as it sounds, don't wash your hands or take a shower or wash dishes. Make sure you stay away from windows and doors that might have small leaks around the sides to let in lightning. Don't forget about your pets. Dog houses are not safe shelters. And lastly, protect your property. Lightning generates electrical surges that can damage electronic equipment some distance from the actual strike. Typical surge protectors will not protect equipment from a lightning strike. So what about a hailstorm? Let's talk about what you should do before, during, and after. Beforehand, you should close your drapes, blinds, and window shades to prevent potential injury from broken glass. Stay indoors and don't try to protect your outdoor property. Stay away from skylights, windows, and doors. After the storm is ended, avoid any broken down branches and power lines. Now let's talk about wind. Damaging winds tend to exceed 50 miles per hour. However, widespread significant wind damage can occur with higher wind speeds. You want to postpone outdoor activities if a wind advisory or high wind warning has been issued. The safest place you could be during dangerous winds is inside. If you find yourself outside during a storm, take cover next to a building or a shelter. And stay away from transportation roadways. You also want to watch out for debris, as tree limbs may break and street signs may become loose during strong wind gusts. Here's what to do if you experience heavy rainfall. Always be prepared to evacuate, but don't travel by car. Clear debris from all outside drains to ensure that they flow properly. Never go into a basement if it's flooded, and be aware of flash floods. Remember the difference between watches versus warnings. Take this tornado watch and warning chart for instance. You want to keep yourself with the most up-to-date information. This includes tuning into the radio, reviewing the steps you may have to take, who you'll call, and keeping all your devices charged. If the tornado watch turns to a warning, this requires immediate action. You'll have to find a safe area and wait until the tornado has passed. According to NOAA, the average lead time for a tornado warning is 13 minutes. This means that from the time a warning is issued to the time it is predicted to hit your area, you have 13 minutes to seek shelter. This is why it's important to have a plan in place beforehand and to practice it. Now, here's some of the places you should and shouldn't go to during a tornado warning. Safe rooms and basements are some of the safest places you can be, but you'll have to remember to stay away from doors, windows, and outside walls. Never rely on staying under a bridge, and use your arms to protect your head and your neck as best as possible. So, the storm has come to a halt. What now? Well, after you're sure that the storm has passed, continue to listen in on local officials for updates and instructions. Check in with family and friends using text messages and your online network. If you go outside, watch out for debris and downed objects. Exercise extreme caution when cleaning up debris in your area. It's very important to get approval from local authorities, and also it helps to get your community involved. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, now's the time to sign up for Fairfax City Alerts. You can get important updates of your own choosing. You can also get more online preparedness from the City of Fairfax and PlanetReady.com. Thanks for getting prepared with us. As a resident of the City of Fairfax, you can do your part by getting prepared so that together we can be a resilient community in the face of disaster of all kinds.